Can you hear me, Gerald?
I can.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm excited to talk to you. I haven't seen you in a while since I think it was last
It's been a
Fringe.
while.
It has. So, did James fill you in on what I'm going to be talking to you about today?
He gave me a thumbnail
Yeah,
sketch, but yeah, you might want to elaborate a little bit more.
it's very on brand for James. The idea it's called. We came up with it during rehearsals for the show that we did together. What was the name of the show that we did together? Tuesdays with Maury. Was that what we did together? No, what was the show that you and James and I and Ruby and
Oh, Gossamer Feast. Yeah.
Gossamer Feast, not Tuesdays with Maury. Gosh.
That was Sundays with Ruby was.
Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah. But Gossamer Feast. Yeah. So we came up with it in between rehearsals. And we thought it was a really good idea. And we were like, let's make it a reality. Let's get this up on its feet. And the idea is, okay, I'll just set it up for you. Sunday morning, two conductors creep out of their beds. They're in different homes. And they meet out in front of the railway station that's inside the Fringe. What's that place called? The Rail Track Center?
It's the Radial Railway Society is the group that runs that space.
That's the full name?
That's their name, yeah.
You got to work on that. Anyway, they meet there out front and they have their big mugs of like coffee and their lunch pails. Go inside, they muddle about, and the trolley, the streetcar comes out, and they head out in High Level Bridge. And there's some meandering conversation about their days and how their weekends went, I guess. But they get up and they're on top of the High Level Bridge, and there's that beautiful picture, right? Like we'll get a boat out on the river or something. We'll get that picture, and then it stops. And one guy looks at the other, it's like, uh-oh. The other guy's like, uh-oh. And it's broken down. So they get out, try to fix it, and they're fixing it around. One guy's drinking a cup of coffee, and the other guy's muddling around with the wheels or whatever. And then exploding sounds, but these are coming from the periphery, right? They're coming from
right
off the area. And one guy's like, well, what's going on? The other guy's like, I'm just trying to fix a wheel. And then they're screaming, like human screaming from people. And it's coming from over here, and all of a sudden they realize zombie attack. Yeah, but on stage. Yeah. So James and I, we've spent far too much money on a half of like the front facing part, or the side facing part, I guess, of a streetcar that we'll wheel out on stage, and we'll use that as our centerpiece. But there's just like, James thought it would be great to talk to you because there's a few questions that we need to run by you about some of the script stuff that we're working on. And we just want your input. You know the lay of the land. You've directed so many shows. You've written so many shows. You know the area of the Fringe as well. Yeah, so if you don't mind me just picking your brain on a few things, if that's cool with you.
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay, so first things first, we have, like, there's going to be a lot of wetness because when a zombie gets shot or dies, our zombies, which will be all zombies, we're the fast, the slow, because a lot of people are asking, we fast, slow, climbing, non-climbing. They'll be able to walk backwards, which a lot of people haven't even brought up, which I find confusing. But these zombies can walk backwards without turning around. They explode, so there's a lot of spray. So the first 3 rows are going to get very wet. But we're going to hand out like garbage bags, like with neck holes and stuff like that. But like do you need to put up signs?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say definitely that would be, because there's the whole splash guard kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, it would depend on if you're doing a BYOV or a regular venue.
Well, we're pretending it's the Westbury.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, definitely signs then.
Yeah. Cool.
And probably put it in the program as well. I think
so in
would be a good idea.
So how do we word that? Like, because we've got our Blood and Guts guy. He owns a turtle farm, and we're gonna go organic. So it's gonna be like real, like all of the turtles have died naturally.
Okay.
So it's gonna be real, it's going to be smelly, especially by the last show. It's going to be really smelly, but we've taken out all the beaks and all the shells. Like, I don't want to give away the show though, right? Like, what do you say? Like, you're going to get wet or turtle intestines? Like, how do you walk that fine line?
Well, I think you can, a warning with as vague as possible, probably, but still letting people know kind of what they're in for.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's true. That's a nugget you want to save for later. Like,
yeah, we don't want any like spoilers or anything like that. Okay, so vague as possible, but signage, entering the theater, and in the program. You think that's enough?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, word of mouth will probably bring people there once they because there's some daring folks who love the Fringe. So
yeah, and they want to see that type of thing, right? They want to be a part of an experience like that. They want to share that with a group of people.
Absolutely.
And that's important. That's part of the Fringe experience, right? Okay, cool. So I know that you have to mention, like, if someone's smoking a cigarette, you got to mention that. You got to mention swearing. There's no smoking or swearing. We do have one live birth. It's not like we're not going to have someone give birth 8 times. That's physically impossible.
Once.
Well, it's not physically impossible, but within the confined time that we're doing it.
Right.
We need to warn them about that.
Once again, I would say just make it as vague as possible, so you covered your butt, but it's still, it's going to be the type of surprise is going to be quite wonderful, but just kind of warn them. I'm not sure how you'd word that though.
That's true.
Because the thesaurus.
Yeah, I'll have to dust out the thesaurus.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but when we do the birth, it's a zombie giving birth to another zombie, and it's not a baby.
Ah, okay.
Because we're now in the world that we're building. These zombies have been around for upwards of 20, 25 years. So when this zombie gives birth, because it's a battle, it's a fight scene. Like we got, Samara Von Rad, she's going to do some choreography. Well, we hope she's going to do some choreography for us. But there's going to be some fight scene, and then boom, pregnant zombie comes out, gives birth to a 22-year-old zombie.
Okay.
So we're not going to kill like a baby zombie.
No,
it's a 22-year-old we're going to try to kill, and I don't want to give anything away.
No, please don't. I'm already thinking of getting my ticket. So
good. But there's a lot of screaming. Dave Clark said that he has like the wall of sound of tearing sounds. He's going to really get in there and really change people's perspectives of this. These are his words, not mine, of what it hears to be around someone giving birth. It's going to be a pretty visceral thing.
Right.
Because we want it to be real. Like, yes, we know zombies don't exist. But if they did, and one did give birth within 4 feet of you and did give birth to a fully grown zombie, what would that sound like? Do we need to warn people about stuff like that? I don't want people puking. I don't want that on my hands.
True.
Like, if I got to warn people about strobe lights and smoking, do I need to warn people about that?
Well, I think you can use things like a very visceral experience and that sort of thing. And and I mean, you could even borrow some clothing for people to put on in the front row or something like that.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Something like a rack of clothing to suggest people get dressed.
That's a great idea. And it would also make them feel like they're going to be part of the show because they're going to get covered in stuff, but it would also make them feel a bit more involved.
Yes, exactly. They think they're going up on stage, but the stage is coming to them. So,
Have you ever worked with goats before?
No. I mean, I feel like I've started to look like one.
Because of your beard.
Yeah, exactly.
Billy Goat's Gruff, right? Billy Goat.
Yeah,
Billy
exactly. Yeah. But no, I can't honestly say that I have worked with goats. But they're very cute. Little baby ones are cute when you see them on videos. Yeah.
Totally. They're totally cute. The ones we have are fully grown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not so cute.
There's only 6 of them. There was going to be 7. We can only get 6. But so the way we have it written, Louise Casemore, who's the soul flayer, she's the demigoddess of zombies. She floats in with what is going to look like a cloud below her, but it's going to be goats.
Okay.
And I assumed because they're goat actors, they would just know what the script wants them to do and they would do it. But from what people are telling me, you actually have to like guide the goats through it. And Louise is like, that's not part of my job. I'm like, yeah, but Louise, like, like if you're acting with goats, that's sort of part of, anyway, it was a conversation that didn't go the way I planned. Do you think is it tough to work with animals? Is it tough to work with children? I'm not trying to compare children and animals, but I have 2 kids, so.
Yeah, well, I think animals have a mind of their own. Like those goats, they probably would eat the script, right?
Oh,
and
man.
So you'd have to keep that off to the side or something like that.
James has such like big ideas, and I try to talk him out of it. Like,
yeah, he's like that.
Yeah, you've worked with James so many times. It's like, he gets this tunnel vision, and it's just.
It's inspiration gone wrong, I think.
Yeah, but when does it go right with him, right?
Yeah, we're still waiting for that, I think.
I know, man. It's so tough. Okay, so this is my last question, Gerald. Okay, Sam brought this up, and this is a great scene. So at one point, James and I, we have won the day. This is actually, so don't show this. Don't tell anybody about this. Okay. So right before we vanquish the demigoddess, the soul flayer, James and I, we hold each other and we kiss. Okay. But there's zombies on the floor. Okay. Now, what Sam pointed out was these zombies, they haven't had emotions in a long time. Do we need sensitivity training for the zombies watching us kiss? Because it's going to be passionate. Like, do we need to? I'm okay with it. I just don't know who to hire. If we do, if
you want
it's
to have your butt covered for this kind of thing, I think it might be something you might want to consider because things have changed these days.
Good. Because I was saying we do because a zombie. If I'm a zombie, I've been dead for 20 years, and I see someone passionately kissing. I'm like, that's going to open up something in me that I forgot about.
Yeah, exactly. And it was.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. I didn't. Yeah, I meant that, but I didn't. I didn't mean.
I'm in the mode now.
Yeah, you're in director mode. I love it. I love the energy. You got such an energy, Gerald. That's the thing. Like you got this glow about you. But yeah, like I think we do. And Sam also mentioned that like, does the sensitivity trainer need to be a zombie? And I'm like, but they don't exist. He's like, but it could be a person acting like a zombie to bring that in. I was like, 4th wall, 5th wall, 7th wall. What does that mean anymore? So I think we do need someone there. I think we need a safe zone for that.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
Good. That's it, Gerald. Would you come to see the show, do you think? Like if you were a person reading this in the...
Yeah, though I'm not that adventurous, I'd probably sit in the back.
Oh, it's going to hit the back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we're saying 3 rows, but it's going to be like wet and wild. Yeah. Like there's going to be t-shirt cannons, except instead of t-shirts, it's going to be like intestines.
Yeah. I picture that you could do it on a smaller scale and actually do it in the train on the bridge, like as a BYOB. It would be, that could be.
So they're watching it happening around?
Well, it would be a very limited audience. It'd be like 5 people and then the rest of the show. But that's for the remote. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions or anything? Like, is there anything that like?
No, it's a lot to digest. I think I'll probably get back to you later with some written questions if something comes up.
That sounds great. Also, like, do you want to donate to the show? Like, do you have any, like, if you want to donate to the show, like, do you have a couple hundred?
Don't have a lot right now, but I'll consider it. I'll check out my list of what I've been donating to myself lately too. So it's.
Yeah, James said you'd say that. So.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah. He knows. He reads me like a book.
Cool. Well, thank you, Gerald. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for your
no
time
problem.
here.
Great.
Yeah, and you have my email. You have my email and my fax and all that stuff. If you
Yeah,
need to get hold of
and
me.
I will give me more info. I'll spread the word without spreading too much of the word. So that
Good. Good. Yeah. High level showdown. There's nowhere to go but down.
Yes, exactly. I love it.
Yeah, cool.
Perfect.
It's like Die Hard meets New Girl meets Deadwood meets The Revenant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And
Elevator pitch.
I have seen stuff like that, but not quite. There's a couple of meats in there that are extra that I've never seen them all.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll take some of the meats out. So
Yeah. No, add more. Add more.
add more meats. Okay.
Add more meats. Yeah.
Add more meats. Cool. All right. Thanks, buddy.
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
I'm gonna shut her down and hope you're rad.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Bye, Gerald.
Bye.